Hello everybody, nice to be able to talk to you again. This is a bit different than the normal videos that I do. I update you on things from week to week. This is part of our virtual new intake evening. So welcome. It's really good to be able to speak to you, even though we can't do this in the hall physically, which would have been, of course, everybody's preference. However, times are different and we have to adjust accordingly. So what you're going to get from us in these videos is all of the information that we would normally share as part of our new intake evening each summer. We want you and your child to be in the best possible position when they arrive in September, with all of the normal information that any parent would have in any other year. And that's what this is about. So I'm going to begin by talking about some of the really important things that we do at the Academy, some of the really clear expectations that we've got, and what our offer to you is, and how your child will benefit from being here. As I've said on countless occasions now, we're really excited about September, and we're really excited about welcoming Year 7. Obviously, these are different times, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how they might be different from any other normal Year 7 September start as we go through the presentation. But I do want to just say one thing. Whatever the situation, however things are different, certain things remain the same. And we are absolutely committed to providing the very best education that we can to all of our students and giving them the best possible experiences to widen their knowledge and understanding of the world around them. And we'll continue to do that. We'll work around the situation and we'll make sure that irrespective of how things might be slightly different, your child still gets the very best from us. That's my commitment to you. So, hope you enjoy the presentations. Hope you get plenty out of them. And remember, if you've got questions that you want answers to, you need to contact us with those. If it's important to you, it's important to us. Enjoy the evening. So, the transition story so far then. Well, as we know, we've had to move all of our transition onto a virtual platform this year, and you've had lots of videos from us to make sure that you've got all that information that you need. And you've heard from me and other key staff who are going to be involved in Year 7. Mrs. Chilton, Mr. Watts, and some of the tutors. You've also heard from all the various faculties and had introductions to who they are and what subjects they offer. And we've also written to you and sent you lots of information online, including those all-important forms that we need you to complete in order that we can release your uniform codes. And I would just take this opportunity to thank you so very much. Everybody who's taken the time to complete those, who's now got a uniform code and can actually go and collect that ready for September. If you haven't done those yet, it's not a problem. You just need to make sure that they are a priority and they're completed as soon as possible so that we can issue those uniform codes to you. I think it's really important to remember that as more and more people get those uniform codes, it puts more and more pressure on the uniform shop. So the sooner you've got yours, the better. So what's next? Well, your first day, Year 7, at the Academy will be on Thursday, the 3rd of September 2020. And we'll be expecting you to arrive at 8:50 a.m. at the front of the Academy in your full school uniform and school shoes. And there you'll meet your tutor. So there's some really clear times and dates and expectations there about that first day on Thursday, the 3rd of September. Arrive at the Academy at 8:50. Make sure you're in your full school uniform and school shoes, and then what will happen next is that you'll meet your tutor at the front of the Academy to be walked around into your appropriate area of the school to begin your first day with us as high school students. Of course, we all know that this year's different because of COVID-19, and one of the questions that any parent would have is, what have we done to make the Academy safe? Well, firstly, we received very clear guidance from the government about how we should be operating as an academy to make sure that everybody who attends is safe. And we've spent a lot of time looking at that guidance and working out how to make it work here for our academy and for our students. And I want to be really clear with everybody. Our number one priority is the health and safety of every child and every staff member in this academy, and we've used that guidance to make sure that we can open our academy, deliver the best possible education but fundamentally do it in the safest possible way. We've increased and enhanced the cleaning and hygiene processes that will be in place at the Academy to make sure that we're providing an environment that is as clean and as free from bacteria as it's possible to be, to reduce the risk of transmission. And we've also built into the day opportunities for all our students to be able to wash their hands regularly and to be able to sanitize their hands to make sure that they're taking the best possible precautions and being able to go about their learning, which is the most important thing, in the safest possible way. We've also built in processes that enable us to enforce full social distancing and to keep children safely in bubbles so that they can carry on in the curriculum, but do it in a way where we're following the full guidance on distancing and keeping different groups of people separate. I'll be writing to all parents of students at the Academy before the end of term with really detailed explanations of how all these different elements are going to work. But I just want to be clear about this, that safety is our #1 priority for everybody in the Academy. And so we've taken lots of measures that I'll write to you about before the end of term so that you can see exactly what we've been doing to make sure that learning can continue, but it continues in a way that is absolutely safe. So what are our expectations of everybody in our Academy? And that, of course, now includes Year 6 into Year 7. So we expect everybody in our Academy to attend regularly with a minimum target of 97%. It's a very simple equation, isn't it? If children aren't in school, they can't learn. If they can't learn, that damages their future. And it's my responsibility as the head teacher of the Academy to ensure that children are in school as much as they can be. And that's why we set this 97% target. Because if children are in every day, they're benefiting from great teaching, they're experiencing great learning, and they're shaping their futures. And that's fundamentally what we're all about here. If for whatever reason, and we understand this happens, children become unwell or they can't attend for some very, very exceptional reason, we ask that you contact the Academy by 8:30 in the morning. But the fundamental principle is, the fundamental assumption is that all children are attending every day. We also expect everybody to work hard and be their best. And that's really important. That isn't necessarily to say that we expect that everybody's going to, understand everything straight away and going to be really brilliant at everything without having to try hard at it. But it's the trying hard that's really important here. So we expect that every student at our Academy turns up in the morning on time and sets off during their day in every lesson to learn as much as they can, putting in maximum effort to ensure that by the end of that day, they've had a really successful experience of learning at our Academy. It's all right to maybe find things a bit difficult. It's okay to get things wrong. What's most important is that you try hard and you try to overcome those obstacles and barriers. And we expect that of all our students. And then it's about manners and courtesy. We expect all of the students at our Academy to be polite to each other, to their teachers, and to anybody who works in the Academy environment. These are really important. There's a very, very, very famous saying that manners maketh man. And that's really important to think about that. Manners come to define the people that we are. And we remember those people who are polite to us. We remember those people who speak to us on the corridors. I make it my personal sort of mission every day to speak to everybody that I see on the corridor. And I expect our young people to be able to converse with me and talk to me, ask me how my day was when I ask them how theirs has been. They're really important values that we recognise and are an important part of how our community works. So to be clear then, attend every day, try your best, be polite. And this is a really important saying that I had from my head teacher when I was at school. And he said everyone has things they're really good at, everyone has things that they're trying to improve, but everyone has a responsibility to try their hardest at everything that they do. And that's really important because even those things that we're really, really good at, we still have to keep trying at to get even better. And where we have to improve, we have to try really hard at improving, even when it feels really difficult. So whether it's something we're really good at or something we find really difficult, the one thing that remains the same is that we continue to try hard, and that's what we expect of all our students. It's really important to be aware of some things that are absolutely banned in our academy, however. So if we start with mobile phones, we recognise that mobile phones have a really important role to play in people's lives. They help people to stay in contact with one another. They provide access to useful learning materials via the internet, and also they have a role to play in our sort of entertainment in our lives. However, schools are different. Schools are places of learning. Schools are places where young people come to work with other young people and to build all manner of skills, including their ability to interact appropriately in order to be able to then achieve together and work together and to create a harmonious environment in the school. And in order to do that, we need people to be focused on the here and now, to be present. And so we took a decision as an academy a couple of years ago, having consulted with parents and governors and staff, that actually we were going to be a mobile phone free school. There's lots of research available that indicates that actually overusing mobile phones can affect students' mental health. We have an obligation to make sure that our children who come to our academy are mentally healthy, that they have got a really balanced approach to life and to all of the experiences they're going to have. And so for all of those reasons, we've banned the use of mobile phones between 8:50 a.m. and 3:20. If a child uses a mobile phone in our academy during that time, they will get what we call a red line detention. What that means is that they go into a detention at the end of the day. It's really important that everybody understands that we do not expect to see mobile phones in use or visible during that time. Now, of course, mobile phones have a role to play in the safety of young people to and from school. So we don't ask that children don't bring them in, we just ask that we don't see them if they do. The other thing that's really important is chewing gum. We don't welcome chewing gum in the academy. It can cause tremendous damage to the decoration, it can cause tremendous damage to the furniture, it can get on people's clothes, and there are costs involved in all of those things that we want to avoid, both in terms of our maintaining the building and also in terms of parents having to replace a uniform. So we ask that nobody chews in our academy. And the final one is no fizzy or energy drinks. Both of these contribute to people not feeling at their best when they're trying to learn. They can lead to children having too much sugar in their system, which then leads to a slump, which means that while all of that process is going on inside of them, they can't focus on their learning. So we ask that children come to school and drink only water during their lessons. Certainly no fizzy or energy drinks, please. So having explained how we'll work and when children need to arrive and what some of the big expectations are, the next question is, well, what will we offer you? Well, we're a good school. Ofsted, when they visited us last, agreed that we are a good school that provides a good quality of education. But we don't want to stand still. We want to be continually improving. So we have got something called our Good to Great plan. We're working tirelessly to make sure that we're not just providing a good education, but we're providing a great education. And that breaks down into three areas: great learning, great experience, and great support. Great learning is about making sure that every lesson that happens is as impactful and as effective as it can be. And we do lots and lots of work as a group of teachers to make sure that we're really expert in how we teach our subjects so that children can also become experts in those areas. We want to provide first-class learning that means that children have the best opportunity to go and achieve and have the best pathways into further and higher education, leading to their own choice of careers as they become adults. That's really important to us. Great experience is about all those other things that go on around learning, so the extracurricular offer. So for example, we offer a whole range of things to students, including our Scholars programme, including our Edge programme on Wednesday afternoons, whole range of things that add to what we do in the classroom so that children have got a whole range of experiences from trips, from activities, from visiting speakers to draw on when they're looking at what else they've got beyond their academic qualifications. We are absolutely committed to developing the whole person, and that involves providing them with the best possible experiences outside of the classroom as well as within it. And then great support. This is where we make sure that all of our children have got all of the care, guidance and support that they need from us to be able to successfully achieve at school. It's really important that all of our children arrive happy and positive every day. And we know that sometimes life gets in the way, and we also know that sometimes children are presented with challenges that perhaps are so great that they can't quite understand them or they can't quite navigate a way through them. You have our absolute guarantee that when that happens, we'll be here to support and to guide your child. And that is what great support is all about. It's about making sure that when your children or child arrives at the academy, they've got the very best chance of being ready to go into those classrooms, to be able to take advantage of the great learning on offer, and can also take advantage of those experiences as well that are going to add value to the learning they do in the classroom. So that's our offer to you, and we're really excited, as I've said many times before, about Year 7 coming to join us so that they can be part of our journey from good to great. We know ultimately that going from good to great is more about actually the people in the organisation than just the words we use. And we know that Year 7 from September are going to be a big part of that journey, and I'm very excited to be part of that with them. So all that remains for me to say is thank you for everything that you've done so far to help with the transition of your child from Year 6 into Year 7. We really appreciate it. And to reiterate what I continue to have been saying, which is we're really looking forward to welcoming Year 7 in September. In the meantime, stay safe, take care. Thank you.